Security is a complex, multi-layered phenomenon that involves a diverse set of risks and a balanced approach. It requires three main elements: special technology, organizational rules and procedures and laws, and industry standards. From a technology point of view, there are three key points of vulnerability when dealing with e-commerce. Those lie in the internet communication, servers, and clients. Threats such as potentially unwanted programs, phishing and identity theft, hacking, cyber vandalism, and data breaches are certainly a very real concern that should be addressed. There unfortunately is not a single magic bullet solution to safeguard internet security. With respect to payment systems, the web has not created completely new methods of payment. However, it has changed how methods of payment are implemented. Web consumers in the United States predominantly use credit cards for purchases or PayPal to minimize their risk. E-commerce sites are often hesitant to report that they've been the target of cybercriminals because companies fear losing the trust of consumers. The actual amount of crime is difficult to estimate because of these fears. Companies fear that if they reveal the full extent of the theft of information and the financial fraud, legitimate customers will lose confidence in the e-marketing channel and will take their business back offline. To proactively address the security issues that businesses face, an e-commerce security plan should be developed. First, perform a risk assessment. An inventory of the information and knowledge assets of the company is taken, and a dollar amount is placed on for each asset. Then this amount is multiplied by the estimated probability that the information could be compromised. This computation is used to produce a ranked list of the information assets of the firm, prioritized by their value. Second, develop a security policy. This can be executed by developing a set of statements that prioritizes the informational risk, identifies acceptable risk targets, and sets out the goals for achieving these targets. Included in the security policy should be a list of personnel who are or will be entrusted with the information assets. It should also include a description of the security policies that presently exist for these assets and the suggestions for improvement. Finally, it should outline the level of risk for the firm is willing to accept for each of the assets and estimate the cost to achieve this level of acceptable risk. The third step is to develop an implementation plan. The actions that must be taken to achieve the security plan goals must be set out. The tools, technologies, procedures, policies needed to achieve the acceptable levels of risk must be developed. The fourth element is to create a security organization. A security organization must be established that will train users and keep management appraised of the security threats and breakdowns. The access controls that will determine who can legitimately access to the firm's networks and procedures that will be used to protect data from intruders must be determined. Authorization policies must also be established for the differing levels of access to information assets for different users. Lastly, a company should perform a security audit to identify how outsiders are using the site and how insiders are accessing the site's assets. A monthly report should also be generated that will establish the routine and non-routine accesses to the system and identify any unusual patterns.